everyone, welcome to Enchanted Cottage. We are going to do an all signs reading today to find out if your relationship ready, and if not, what you need to know to get relationship ready. Timestamps, as always for me, are in the description box below this video. Much more efficient and quicker for me to do it that way. If you like seeing those in the comments, you are certainly welcome to put a complete list in the comments below the video if you like that. You can certainly find that information in the description box and copy it over if you like, but that's where I put it, okay? Also in the description box is where you can get information to check your sun, moon, rising, or Venus sign, and how to apply information that you get from my readings, okay? I've added back personal readings to go in depth and detail. There's a couple of different types also in the description box, okay? If you haven't already subscribed, I hope you'll do it, and comment below and hit the like button. I truly help. Thank you so much, because that helps me and other readers when you do those things, okay? So with that being said, let's get started with my Aries gang. Aries, and the counter was at 111, so super cool, huh, Aries? Talk about your synchronicities. Okay, are you relationship ready? What do you need to know? Let's get a peek at your energy. Well, Aries, wow, okay. All right, so you have the King of Pentacles in the reverse, okay? I think you've got a lot of self-doubt, okay? You still got some confidence issues you need to work through, okay? But, you know, you do, I think you're close, okay? Three of Pentacles in the upright. That is my card of, you know, all about starting to do some work and starting to reap some rewards. Do I think you're on the right path? Yes, I do. That would speak to that, as would the Nine of Cups in the upright. Perfect energy to be in to manifest love, right? Where you find your own independence and happiness and love inside yourself. But you know what? You still got confidence issues, okay? And maybe you've got unrealistic expectations of yourself or others. Realize that nobody is perfect. People have off days. You know, it's just you want to look at their consistent and habitual behavior, right? So, you know, and do have the discipline too to do the daily work and energy work and that sort of thing, okay? That's another thing, okay? I'm just getting that. So that would be, you know, your energetic snapshot of where I see you and what I think you may need to know to be relationship ready. Taurus gang, how are you doing? Okay, Taurus, let's get an energetic snapshot of your relationship readiness and what you may need to know as far as things that you can improve on to make yourself move more towards that that place, okay? All right, Taurus, let's take a look. Are you relationship ready? And if not, what do we need to work on? All right. All right, so, well, okay, first of all, you've developed a lot of resilience, okay? Eight of Cups in the reverse. A lot of staying power, okay? I like that a lot for you. By the way, you have water and fire for what it's worth, okay? You also, you know, Taurus, I think many of you are really doing well. Queen of Wands, okay? A very busy person, but a very healthy mindset, okay? Very loving and very pleasant, but no hesitancy to cut away from things that do not align with where they are energetically and what their goals are and where they're headed. So kudos to you. Speedy action after delay. I think some of you, and this could be a travel card for what it's worth, relocation, whatever, but I think many of you took your time, okay, and really worked through this thing. Not hard for me to believe about any earth sign, specifically Taurus. My daughter's a Taurus, so I know their energy pretty well, but this is all about, you know, taking your time, and then once you know, kind of did this, you got really busy about it, took some speedy action. I think a lot of you Taurus folks are really sitting pretty good. Let's get some clarifiers on things. Yeah, Seven of Pentacles, all about divine timing and trusting the process, and understand that sometimes it takes a long range view to manifest something that is, you know, going to be lasting, and that putting the work in, knowing that it's going to pay off over time. It's a marathon, not a sprint, right? Got the Moon card, trusting your intuition. Beautiful card. You may have a Pisces or an earth sign. We also have water and fire. So I think that's just about, you know, I think you didn't have air. That was the only thing. But okay, zodiac, it may just be a placement. Zodiac signs is not, that's not what's most important. All right, Jim Jims, how are you doing? My Jim Jims, let's talk, twins. Let's see whether your relationship ready or what you might need to work on. Right? What you may need to tweak, where you're doing well, where you're not doing well. Let's take a look, Gemini. Let's take a look. Feeling very overburdened. Okay, first of all, all right. Okay, let's talk about this. Gemini, you got some problems. No shade, bro. Okay, maybe you're working through something, you know, but maybe something came to an end recently. 10 of Wands, but very sleepless nights, overthinking something, and overly focused on the past, speaking to the need to do some healing before you go forward. Nothing wrong with that, right? Very overburdened in this thing, but the reminder in this card is that you do have what it takes to work through this thing, okay? You're feeling a lot of a lack of spark here, and kind of a hesitancy to step into something, and that may be a good thing, because if you're feeling this way and you recognize that, then certainly hesitancy is very healthy, okay? Knight of Wands, a deep desire for change, okay? Don't be overly hung up on something from the past, okay? Don't be so obsessive about this thing that you cannot step into healing and understand the big picture of what is really, really going on. And you got fire all over your reading. You know, why is it me and other readers with Geminis, and I've noticed this because I'm a Gemini, but fire is the overwhelming zodiac that's associated with many times with our readings. So kind of interesting, Geminis. But yeah, I think you need to, here's what you need to do. Avoid being overly focused on past failures. See them for the lessons that they are, right? And don't be hung up on, you know, an addictive, obsessive energy from somebody from the past and wanting them to change. If you want that change within yourself, great. Then go for it and do the work and take the action, okay? And don't be hesitant to take action toward whatever your convictions and your burning passions are, and don't worry about other people's opinions. Speak and live your truth without compromise, but in a kind way. Cancer. What do you need to know? Are your relationship ready? What are your impediments? What tweaks do you need to make? Let's take a look. All right, Cancer. Let's see here. Let's see, Cancer. All right, these flew out, so we're going to take them. All right, so first of all right, you know what? Ace of Cups in the reverse, challenging it's all about seeing yourself through the eyes of the divine, seeing with your heart and seeing the good and potential in yourself and everyone. All about stepping into a place of self-love, okay? That's your reminder there, okay? Knight of Cups, okay? Jumping into something with both feet. Whenever you see something, don't fear being vulnerable, okay? And when the towers do fall, let them fall, okay? Don't fight them, but trust the process. Because when towers fall, why? They were built on shifting sand, lies, deceit many times, or, you know, just kind of a house of cards. And, you know, when looking at the past, it's okay to look back and have the fond memories associated with that, but you don't want to focus on the disappointments. And it's all about seeing things through the lens of your youth, you know, before you got jaded with the way that the world can be. Okay, that is many times the advice associated with that, and taking responsibility for your part in repetitive cycles so that you can do what is needed to make the changes. Okay. You know, I see good things coming in for you, but those are your caution lights, Cancer, okay? So, with that being said, let's talk to my Leos. Leos, are your relationship ready? If not, what tweaks do you need to make monitoring your own situation to be more relationship ready so that you can attract a viable partner, right? Let's take a look. These jumped out. We're going to take them, okay? All right, one more. By the way, you have Earth, and Gemini for what it's worth, okay? But you know what? Have confidence in yourself, right? Step into your own power. The Magician card, you know, just having faith in yourself and the self-confidence and knowing that you have everything that you need inside with or without someone. That's the best place to be to attract a great person. Don't fool yourself. Don't overly focus on the losses of the past, okay? Because guess what? You will manifest what you fear, because why? That's what you're focused on, okay? So you have to have enough confidence in yourself to allow yourself to be vulnerable. And if you're not healed yet, then you can't do that, okay? So I can't speak for all Leos of whether you're healed, only you can. But 8 of Pentacles, okay? Reminding you to keep balance between spirituality and practicality, as well as other areas of your life. Don't get your identity caught up in work or another person or something else, right? Your identity is inside you. It has nothing to do with the initials behind your name, nor does it have to do with your position at work, nor does it have to do with who you are, you know, in a relationship with. It is simply you, okay? So that's kind of, you know, your advice towards being relationship ready. Virgo, let's take a look. Are you relationship ready? What tweaks do you need to make? What reminders do you need to make or have told to you today as far as being relationship ready? Let's take a look. All right, Virgos. All right. So, all right, some of you have kind of lost your spark. I'm just going to call it like I see it. Okay, 7 of Cups, but in the reverse. You're kind of feeling like a lack of purpose, right? Well, you know, Virgos, you need to do what you guys do best, is to go inside and meditate to figure out that true purpose, and that will give you the spark, okay? You've got a lack of objectivity in a whole situation, and you really, really need to rest until some drama clears and you get a clearer vision. You've got 2 cards here telling you that. 10 of Wands in the reversed many times can speak to being overburdened and overthinking, okay, and just worrying a lot. Go figure. And I love you, Virgos, but you know what? We all have our issues associated with the signs that we, you know, we're born under, and it's up to us to, you know, work through those things. Certainly as a Gemini, we get a lot of shade thrown at our sign, just like many other signs do, but we can step into the powerful side of that too, and so can you, Virgo. But you know, Virgos can have a tendency to overthink and worry and study and think about things that are probably never going to happen, but when you do that, guess what? You're going to manifest it even when it wasn't originally slated to happen. Don't be overly guarded and fearful of loss, because this is 4 of Pentacles, by the way, because again, you are going to manifest what you fear. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable, right? There comes a time where it is appropriate to let down your guard and let down your walls, but if you haven't healed from the past, you're going to be overly focused on that loss, and I do see that in these cards, and afraid to let those walls down and let someone in at the right time. Now, certainly you don't want to look through rose-colored glasses, okay? You want to be, you know, there is a time where you learn someone and you're studying and observing and taking everything in, and that's fine and that's healthy. But, you know, you don't want to be overly guarded, because, you know, that to me speaks of unhealthiness where you're not relationship ready. Okay, Libra. Let's take a look at your energy, what you need to know, tweaks you need to make to be more relationship ready. All right, Libra, let's take a look. What do you need to know? Let's see, Libras. Well, okay, you've got fire, air, and the main card, which is Pisces, okay? Now, you know what? I think some of you are really, really anxious to make a long-term commitment. You have the 4 of Wands. You may be about to deal with someone that is a strong soul connection, okay? But it is, the advice in that card is about going out and meeting like-minded people to yourself, right? And the Two of Swords is all about this. Holding off on making a decision and not allowing other people to push your boundaries. Okay, don't fool yourself with this blindfold on. You know, don't make up problems where they're not there. But at the same time, don't look through rose-colored glasses or blind yourself or be fooling yourself, to, you know. And while you do, when you're looking at possible partners, you are obviously are paying attention to everything that you see and hear and their actions, but then you also have to follow your intuition. So it's kind of a balance between all of that, right? But, you know, it's all about keeping silent as you observe. That is your advice in this thing. And being more objective. Again, don't fool yourself about potentials, okay? That's what I'm getting for this. And, you know, certainly using intuition, okay? And going out and meeting, you know, focusing on networking, getting yourself visible. Okay, that's what I'm getting for you guys, Libra. All right, Scorpios, let's take a look at whether your relationship ready, and if not, what tweaks you need to make to get yourself more aligned with attracting a viable partner. What do my Scorpios need to know to be more in alignment with attracting a viable partner that is more like what they would like? Okay, let's take a look. One cup, okay? There we go. All right. Well, okay, so a couple of things. First of all, you have fire and air for what it's worth, okay? You know, the Hanging Man, that is all about flow and trusting the process. That is the advice with that, and letting go of things that don't align, right? And don't resist when changes are happening for your good, okay? Instead, look for new beginnings, new opportunity, and a new way of life. Okay, this can be a pregnancy card, heads up, okay? But it's all about seizing a new opportunity without hesitation. Queen of Swords, I love this energy, okay? The advice in this thing is this. Certainly, you know, using your intuition, your knowledge, your wisdom, your intelligence, and your noggin, basically, to make good decisions about who to keep in and who to cut out, and not hesitating either way to do that. Don't depend on other people or go to and worry about other people's opinions for what you do, whether it's in your love life or otherwise, okay? So, you know, it's all about kind of stepping into that air energy. Beautiful. I'm an air sign, so this is one of my favorite cards of the deck. I often talk about Queen of Swords, you know, so beautiful energy and beautiful advice for you. Okay, Scorpios? All right, Saggies, let's take a look. What do you need to know to make yourself more relationship ready to attract? Oh, I got these things backwards. Let me fix my cards real quick. What do you need to know to attract a partner that is aligned with where you want to be? Okay, let's take a look, Sagittarius. A viable romantic partner. What tweaks and reminders and advice do you need for today to attract a romantic partner? Let's take a look. Well, interesting. Okay, first of all, you're being told to go inside and do some energy work, right? Just go inside to find your passion and your spark and the answers, okay? I'm seeing a strong push here, Sagittarius, to do some serious energy work, okay? And you may have a Virgo coming in. You know, you also have fire here, okay? You're resistant to that. Ace of Wands, but in the reverse. And that is going to impede new opportunity. If this were in the upright, it would mean new beginning, new opportunity, new way of life. But you got it in the reverse. And the reason is because this means resisting. And what are you resisting? This right here. And yes, you can certainly get into a new relationship, okay? But you know what? If you want to get off the hamster wheel of heartbreaks, right, that I often talk about, this is what you got to do. It seems like the hard choice to begin with, but trust me, what it leads to is so much more peace than if you won't do it, okay? It's, you know, you're going to stay in that stuck energy where you're just sleepless nights and overthinking and what ifs and why didn't and why this and why, and you're going to get rid of all that if you just go here, right? Then you can turn this into this, and I think you do have marriage on the brain, and that's fine if that's your goal, but understand it's going to end up in divorce if you don't do this, okay? This certainly can speak to a strong soul connection that you may even be dealing with, but understand it's going to end here if you're not doing this. That is your heads up, okay? I think for many of you that I'm talking to right now, Saggies, you do have a strong soul connection coming in, okay? But by you resisting the healing and doing the daily energy work, you're going to jeopardize the long-term ability of this thing. And, you know, I often say this, energies can change and you can change them. And that's what these cards that I just pulled for you speak to, okay? It's all in your hands. All right, so Capricorn, let's take a look and see what you need to know to be relationship ready, to be more relationship ready, to be more aligned with attracting who you would like, what kind of partner you would like. What do you need to know? Let's see. What do you need to know? 2, okay. All right, Capricorn. All right. You know what? Resisting something. And, you know, what are you resistant to? I can't answer that. You've got fire, air, and fire again, by the way. But whatever you're resistant to, okay, and you've got a lack of motivation about, and I see arrogance for some of you, and I'm just going to call it like I see it, okay? Maybe you don't realize that you need to be doing the daily energy work, but here's what's happening. You got the 7 of Swords in reverse, all about things not going the way you would like. Well, here's the thing, okay? A couple of things that I want to say about that, okay, Capricorn? It's like this. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. You got to do something different. Here's an Albert Einstein quote for you, and I may say it not exactly right, but I promise you I can get the gist of it for you. And it goes like this. The solutions cannot come from the same mindset that we were when we created them. And yes, the problems, when we created the problems, okay? And yes, we did create them, whether we realize it or not. You know, you can be resistant and rebellious and not listen, okay? And not be motivated and maybe deal with a little bit of arrogance when you hear this advice. But guess what? You're going to stay stuck in this, I'm not happy with where I am. And, you know, you may be a week from now, a month from now, 3 months from now going, you know what? I hated what that redheaded chick was saying, but you know what? I think she might have been right because I'm still miserable. Let's go back and rewatch some of those things where she talked about shadow work and energy work and raising vibration. You know, so it's all in your hands. That's kind of what that speaks to. Right now, for those of you feeling stuck, I can tell you why. The cards are telling me. Okay, so with that being said, Aquarius. Let's take a look at whether you're relationship ready and what you might need to know to become more aligned with attracting a viable partner. More aligned with attracting a viable partner. Let's see what we find out, okay? Let's see, Aquarius. Where did I get Aries from? This is Aquarius, my little air signs. Well, I pulled the Aries card, which is pretty cool. Kind of funny. Some of you may be dealing with an Aries. I mean, I just slipped the tongue and then the Aries card flew out. I mean, I swear, and it was in the upper right. We're going to talk about that. Page of Cups. Aquarius. Wow, what are you not telling me? Page of Cups, Page of Pentacles. Okay, first of all, let's talk. Okay, this is very consistent with my Aquarius more recent love reading that I did just for individual sign. You got to go back and look at that. Okay, first of all, you may very well be dealing with a blended family with children involved. Okay, second of all, these are pages are messengers in the tarot. Both of these are good news. Okay, this is good news of an emotional nature, i.e. love. This is good news of a financial nature, i.e. money. Okay. you know, certainly, you know, Page of Pentacles is all about having patience. Pentacles many times, all about having patience and trusting the process, right? This is a creative, it's this energy that I'm picking up here. The ability to look through things with through the lens of your youth before you got jaded in the world, okay? And if that's you, that's certainly the person you're coming into. This is the best reading of the whole thing that I'm doing for all the signs so far, Aquarius, and you're the 11th of 12. Very high vibrational, very balanced, savvy, charismatic, physically attractive, speaks their truth very, very well. I don't know what's Aquarius. I don't know what to say. You know, the advice in that is just to continue to do the work to stay in your power, right? Incredible. Find fulfillment in service to others. Okay, with no expectation of outcome. Page of Cups advice, right? Otherwise, if you expect something in return, it's a transaction. Nothing wrong with either, but just know the difference and having a healthy outlook about when to have expectations of people and when not to, right? And understanding that things that are going on around you don't have anything to do with you personally more often than not, right? Study whatever field you're going into, okay? And spirituality, certainly keeping an open mind, right? Doing everything you can to continue to strengthen your skills, but obviously you're doing a pretty damn good job, Aquarius. I mean, I'm just, whoa, I don't know. But okay, Pisces, let's take a look. All right, let's take a look at what you may need to know, what changes you may need to make as far as in going forward to become more aligned with attracting a viable romantic opportunity, Pisces. Let's take a look. What do you need to know, Pisces? All right, so we got the King of Cups, but in reverse. You don't want to hold on to the past and rehash it, okay? And don't stay in victim mentality. Instead, step up and take responsibility for your energetic vibration for attracting something that was a relationship failure, okay? Queen of Wands in reverse, okay? You think you're hiding something from the world, the fact that you maybe not heal from something, but guess what? It's very obvious, okay? Seven of Pentacles, but in reverse. You know, don't take foolish risks with your heart. Trust the divine and seek divine guidance on that, okay? Focus on the long-term rewards and persevere, right? Bring your goals into alignment with what is best for you and everyone else around you, okay? Provide support, but don't be codependent. And you know what? It's all about trusting yourself and taking action and stepping into your power. And, you know, align with people who align with where you want to go and move people and things and places out that don't align. Do it quickly, kindly, quickly. Set boundaries and, you know what? Speak your truth, and both of those things uncompromising, right? That's kind of what I'm getting for you, Pisces. I mean, and I think I think you guys, Pisces, I mean, based on what I'm seeing, I think you're making progress. All right, for everybody, let's pull a couple of quotes. Everybody, what can we give you for some parting words of wisdom? I redid my deck, and supposedly it's thicker now, as you can see, and I've added some things and also kind of rewrote things where it's not so sloppy. Addiction. Okay, and we're talking addiction to people probably, but can be substance abuse, is akin to having Stockholm Syndrome. And you can look that up. You're like a hostage who has developed an irrational affection for your captor. They can abuse you, torture you, even threaten to kill you, and you will remain inexplicably and disturbingly loyal and condemning. Incredible. I found this today, and I loved it. All suffering, stress, and addiction, i.e. addiction to people too, comes from not realizing you are already what you are looking for. And I don't know how to say this. We're going to try it. John Kabat-Zinn. Okay, and I don't know who that is, but I probably will Google him or her. I assume it's a him. And then one more. You will keep repeating the same experience, more intense each time, until you learn the lesson. Oh, one more. I've missed 9,000 shots in my career. I've almost lost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed. Michael Jordan, right, for you basketball fans. And you know what? Failures aren't failures. They're learning opportunities. He was smart enough to see that. As he said, this is why I succeed. Why? Because I've experienced failure. Okay, so with that being said, wishing everyone love and light and continued healing, and that you will become more in alignment with attracting a viable partner. Subscribe, hit me up for a personal reading, and like and comment. Thanks much. Bye.